let's go uh, to our second matchup of the bracket, or the cruise division, I should say. We have the big three fight versus Thanos in Avengers Endgame. So we have Cap, Thor, and Iron Man taking on Thanos. It's right before the portals reveal scene, which is clearly the most notable moment of that film.
Hmm.
And that is taking on the Dutch versus Predator fight, which is Arnold versus the Predator at the end of the movie. Um, at the end of Predator. How'd you score this one?
So this is all up to you. I split it 5-5.
I went 8-2 Avengers Endgame.
Okay, that's fair.
So, why did you score it pretty even?
So first off, it must be stated, I don't love Marvel stuff as much as you do.
That's correct, yeah.
And I don't love it as much as most people do, I think. I would say that generally.
A lot of people are
Um,
aged, yeah. I would argue that.
yeah. I love that fight. There's a lot of great moments in it. And I do love that like all three of them are getting their ass beat. Like that's fun cuz I love when it actually shows the hero not winning cuz then it actually shows some real stakes.
Yes.
So it says less about the Avengers scene and more about what I think about the Predator scene. And I just love the different variety you get in that scene where it's both like you get like a kind of cat and mouse kind of deal at the beginning, and then you get a stalking little bit, and then a little bit of hand to hand kind of stuff too.
Sure.
Like it's fun.
So, here's what brought it down to me is this. There are a few too many moments in that Predator fight that take me out. That I don't, and they go the wrong style of 80s cheese, and I love 80s cheese. I love 80s Arnold. You know this about me very
Hmm.
well, to the point where we've pre-recorded the vast majority of our top 100 series, and Dylan has been floored at some of the spots I've given to 80s Arnold action movies.
Yes, yes,
So it's not as if I don't like this style of movie, right? I've never watched Predator all the way through. I attempted once. I fell asleep about 10 minutes in, and I woke up during the end credits.
uh,
So I had to go. So I've rewatched this scene in particular. It is on my list to go watch. The reason I would give the 2 points to Predator, and it would, and I don't think Avengers Endgame, this scene that we picked, I don't think that is as good as some of the other big scores that I've given. Like, I don't think that's the T Rex chase. I don't think that's the Burj
yeah,
Khalifa, or some of the other stuff that's coming up. But I think this is more luck of the draw, where it's going to look dominant versus something. In that, I think the the reveal of the Predator, all time great. That's
yeah,
that's iconic.
yeah, and you get an iconic line right after.
Right.
Yeah,
The music going throughout that scene is incredible. Like, iconic music that everyone steals. Everyone steals the Predator music. Too much heat vision together, that really throws me off, where
hmm,
you start losing where you are, what's happening. And they raise the tone of and they raise the pitch of Arnold's voice, so it sounds more like a weakened child or prey for the predator. So you're trying to, like, I understand what they're going for. It's like, how does the predator always view everything as prey? That's what they're doing, but it takes it out where it makes it sound, in my opinion, kind of weak and dumb. For where it's like, it's almost as if they kind of pitched Arnold with, I don't know, Bunny being chased and a little bit of helium from a balloon in there.
hmm,
So, but the heat vision was really throws me off because it's so consistent for like a minute and a half of the chase that I think you need to cut away from that, otherwise it loses the impact. That's my big thing.
yeah. I mean that's fair. I do. I also will say, like, I definitely will prefer probably the older scenes because it's a lot more practical stuff.
Yeah,
Like, they're practical, like, explosions and stuff like that.
yeah.
So that definitely does lean a little bit more towards my way of thinking, but
It's
I'm fine with. Like I said, it was a 5-5 split, so
yeah.
I like both of them.
The other thing is the laugh that the predator gives at the end of the scene.
Oh, that's
Too
hilarious.
too absurd. It gets too
It
much.
is. It is like so clearly just out of tone with the rest of the movie.
Right. And
Yeah,
the thing is,
it's it's so funny.
what drew like the reason I scored it the way I did was loved the reveal, loved the line, loved the beginning of the chase. Then the heat vision took me out. Then it got me back in with how smart it was, where you could see how desperate Arnold is to pull the trap. And the Predator's like, I'm not that fucking dumb. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just skip the trap then. And you're just like, I'm so glad that didn't work. So now he has to improvise something else. And even when he gets crushed, it's great. And the whole, like, the countdown where he has to figure out that his wristband is a bomb, all of that. And when he's kind of given like a weird alien laughter, I'll give it to you. But then when it gets
Hmm.
so over the top, snidely whiplash,
Yeah.
that's when I'm like, I'm out. I can't.
Yeah. The thing I always point out about it is like I don't even think that Alien would be able to make that sound.
Right. I think the first little bits of that laughter sound mixed enough where you're like, okay,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
okay. But then when it gets to just clearly like someone doing a voiceover laugh,
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck?
It's hilarious to me though. That's why I
Again,
don't mind it.
again, discipline. We talked about this with the raid too. Show a little bit of fucking discipline here,
Yeah.
guys. I know the 80s didn't have much of it, but Jesus fucking Christ, show a little bit of discipline.
Mm.
But to just talk about quick positives for me, the Avengers Endgame, that is the textbook scene of a character earning a moment. Because it's cool
Mhm.
that he gets to use someone else's weapon and gets their powers temporarily in the fight. If you've just never seen anything, when you've watched the MCU from start to finish, that is the portals scene. I think is the best, is the height of the MCU. I think it's the best scene they've ever done, just because you get to celebrate everybody together. But in terms of the most earned moment, it's 1,000% Cap getting Mule. I remember being in the theater with everybody, and the moment Mjolnir lifts, everyone's holding their breath because they know it's about to happen, but they're like, they're not gonna do it. I'm even goosebumps right now thinking about that theater, and everyone's like, no. And then he gets it, and the whole crowd lost their fucking
Mhm.
minds because it
Yeah.
was earned. It took
It
10 years to do it.
yes.
But it was just a tremendous way to do it. The fight scene by itself, good choreography. The character work is what, to me, brings it up. So, a lot of fun there. But Avengers, Endgame, and specifically Cap, because that's Captain America's scene, uh,
Yeah, pretty
wins
much.
wins 13-7 over the Predator. Arnold has been eliminated from the cruise bracket. Still alive in the Terminator 2 one, so we're good.